Hey bitches, it's Nick Snider, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss NikkieTutorials opening up about her collaboration with Too Faced Cosmetics, as well as James Charles upsetting some of his fans. If you have not already seen my previous video about Too Faced Cosmetics being exposed even more in the new Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson series, I am going to place a card in the upper right hand corner, as well as a link down in the description. If this is your first time on my channel, hello, welcome, how are you doing? If you could please hit the subscribe button down below, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you are someone who has been here for a day, a week, a month, or a year, well, welcome back. If you could please make sure you have all of your notifications set to on by clicking the bell icon somewhere on the screen. Please know that everything I speak on in my videos is my own personal opinion, and opinions are not facts. And please do not send hate to anyone or any brand that I speak on in my videos, because that is not what these are meant for. They're meant for us to throw a little shade, spill a little tea, and have a messy time here on the internet.
I've seen YouTubers and other influencers take dirt because they didn't know, and they were, you know, like, imagine you were like, here's an example, and this is on record, so this isn't me spilling the tea or anything. NikkieTutorials collab with Too Faced. I hate that we're mentioning them again. It's a whole set.
Yes, in collaboration with Too Faced.
But she accepted a deal.
Let's start with what I'm most excited for, my palette.
Where they gave her a flat fee of $50,000, and that was it. She made no money from the palettes. The brand went on to sell over $10 million of product, and probably more than that, and she got just a little flat fee and some dirt, no residuals, nothing, and she didn't know.
We've worked so hard on this. I've worked so hard on this. The entire Too Faced team worked so hard on this.
When she told me, I was so horrified. Who would have thought
I know.
you would be doing a collab with such a prestigious, huge brand? I'm like...
So first off, you get this little booklet of NikkieTutorials. She's so pretty. And you get a bunch of different looks that she created with this palette.
So surreal.
Tonight we're gonna celebrate. And when I kind of let that secret out, it turned really ugly online. So of course Too Faced hates me. But
well, they should, but because you exposed the fucking grossest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Exactly.
And it just concludes the row of my dreams.
So, you know,
What is $50,000, $10 million, $50,000 percentage-wise? I mean, that's point.
it's a joke.
0.005%.
Oh, that's what she got.
My God.
Allegedly.
After having her horrible collaboration with Too Faced Cosmetics brought up once again by Jeffree Star in the new Shane Dawson series, NikkieTutorials took to her Twitter to say the following. I signed my contract with Too Faced back then because I was naive and didn't know any better. At the end of the day, I signed it. It's my own fault. But what I'll never forgive is that allegedly they changed the palette's quality behind my back. Thousands of negative reviews, and I was clueless. I had to see all these negative reviews while the palettes I had were outstanding. They lying in their videos to get views is what I was told. I don't care about the money, but I had to fight years to prove my authenticity and gain your trust again. Now this situation is in the past. It was the biggest lesson I ever had to learn, but I'm glad it brought me so much knowledge. I am thankful to Ofer Cosmetics for showing me how it should be done. Glow babies, the future is bright. I have exciting things happening soon. And to any newer influencers about to get a collab, get a lawyer and triple check that shit. Hashtag lesson of the decade. Someone responded to Nikki and said the following. All we can do is learn from our mistakes and take that knowledge with us through the rest of our journey on this planet. To which Nikki responded with, amen. You know, I remember walking into Ulta with my friend Vanessa in Orlando, Florida when that palette came out with NikkieTutorials and Too Faced, and we both stood there looking at it, and it was a complete garbage. And that's just not me trying to be shady or like make a joke or anything. That palette was complete garbage. As everyone knows, NikkieTutorials is known for her glow. That's what the glow baby thing is with her Ofer Cosmetics. She loves a highlighter, and that highlighter that was in that palette, oh my God, let me know if you guys had that palette or saw that palette in person. Let me know down below, because it was like chalk. It literally was like chalk. There was no payoff. There was definitely no glow baby. It was almost like someone took hairspray in that palette and just sprayed it over every single shade of everything. I have to say that I did feel horrible for NikkieTutorials when the figure came out of $50,000. That came out a few years ago when Jeffree first had his falling out with Too Faced and he put them on blast on Twitter. But I don't feel bad for Nikkie anymore, because look at how amazing she is doing in her life. She is a brand ambassador for Marc Jacobs Beauty, and honestly, her channel is thriving once again. I know that Nikkie went through a very long struggle after the Too Faced thing. People were not believing anything that she was saying, but also she was having an issue because a lot of people were like, your name is NikkieTutorials, why are you not teaching us anything? You're all about these like painting things on your face. Like, can we get some relatable makeup that we can wear in our everyday life? But it does finally look like things are on the up and up for NikkieTutorials once again, and I'm glad that she has finally spoken out about this whole Too Faced thing. Do I wish that she would say a little bit more and put the brand on blast a little bit more? Yes. Do I know if her contract is still in place and she cannot talk about it? No, I have no idea. Maybe NikkieTutorials is just trying to keep it classy and be like, you know what, I learned my lesson. This is how the brand is. That's that. Everyone else going on with that brand in the future, just know the kind of behavior that they like. So what is your opinion about this whole NikkieTutorials and Too Faced situation? Are you happy that Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star revisited it in their documentary, or do you think it's something that should have just been left alone? Please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, and also, are you someone who is a fan of Too Faced Cosmetics, or are you someone that will no longer be purchasing from them? You know, I was really beginning to worry and wonder how long it was going to take for James Charles to get in some kind of scandal once again, because he honestly has been on his best behavior from what I have seen. Not many drama channels have been talking about him recently, other than the fact of, do you think that he's going to be brought up in the Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star series? Well, it looks like James Charles, without trying to, at least I would say that I don't think he was trying to, has upset a lot of his fans because of this Ole Henriksen ad that he has participated in.
Hi sisters, I'm James Charles, and you've probably heard a lot of different rumors about me.
False! Psst! James! Put some clothes on!
No! False. Drinking takes way too long, and also everyone knows straws are really bad for the environment. False! There are many rumors floating around out there about me, but I think it's time I set the record straight about one in particular. False! My new obsession are these 3 products from Ole Henriksen to keep my skin looking so good and fresh. It's simple, unlike everything else in my life.
Hey, we can do it tonight. Hi, kitten. Why does the skin look so good?
The reason that James Charles is being dragged into this scandal is because, as you can see by this photo right here, which is a still from that video that you just watched, James is seen with IVs as well as feeding tube bags that are giving him his pinkity drinkity because straws are bad for the environment. Oh my god, every time I say pinkity drinkity, I always think it's a really bad episode of Barney on PBS. Like, that is so... It's so annoying. A lot of people are upset with James Charles because they feel like he's being insensitive to anyone that has to use an IV or a feeding tube to live their life. Now, I'm going to admit, the first time that I saw the Ole Henriksen and James Charles ad, because he has been doing ads for them a lot over on his Instagram, the first thing that came to my mind when the pinkity drinkity thing popped up was, oh, they're playing on the fact that getting your vitamins through IVs now is a popular fad. I mean, I can't tell you how many of my friends or how many people in general I've seen online say, oh my god, I'm dehydrated, oh my god, I'm hungover, oh my god, I need to get one of these IVs to replenish my body. And in my opinion, to be completely honest, when I saw that people were starting to freak out on James Charles, because people love to tear James Charles apart. Any little thing that he does is always analyzed under a microscope. The first thing that came to my mind when I started to see that was people are really looking for tits on an ant with this one, because of all the things that you could be upset with James Charles for, this one seems very minuscule to me. But then again, I cannot speak for everyone, and I definitely cannot invalidate anyone who has to use a feeding tube or an IV to live their life and how they're feeling when they saw James Charles doing this. To be completely honest, what annoyed me the most about this Ole Henriksen ad is the fact that it is in fact an ad, and they are pulling James Charles for this, and during this whole entire thing for skincare, which is a face wash, a cream, and whatever else they want him to put on his face, which I don't believe that he's actually using it. I believe that he's actually using this Ole Henriksen as much as I believe he was using Halo as well as Sugar Bear hair. I don't believe it at all. But what annoys me about this ad is it's for skincare, and the whole time James Charles is in a full beat of makeup. We have lipstick, we have foundation. I don't even think, were there eyelashes? I'm not exactly sure, but there was a full beat of makeup on his face. How are you supposed to see that the skin is actually really good when it is covered and those pores are clogged with some foundation? I am curious though, because this was a very well put together commercial for Ole Henriksen. So I'm curious if James Charles had creative control or if the brand actually had creative control and they just said, show up to this date, this is what's gonna happen, here's what you're gonna wear, here's what we're gonna talk about, and so on and so forth. Because if that is the case, then I would not put any blame onto James Charles for the feeding tube or the IVs. But if it in fact was James Charles that was like, hey, no, we need to do this. This will be funny with these feeding tubes, these IVs, as well as my full face of makeup for skincare, even though no one can see that my skin is looking nice. If it's looking nice, Not sure. Thought that Kylie Jenner was his skincare routine that he loved to use, and it has changed his life after all the stress that he has been through. You know what, honestly... Honestly, with these influencers, can you really believe anything that comes out of their mouth anymore? So what is your opinion? Do you think that people are valid in their reason to be upset with James Charles over these feeding tubes and these IVs, or do you think that people are just looking for tits on an ant in this situation? Please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, and with that said, everyone, that is it for this video. I hope that you did enjoy it. Please follow all my social media that is linked down in the description as well, and with that said, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.